I've been in a relationship with him for about 2 years. And I had received a phone call, well, a text, not a phone call, a text from a female stating that she was his wife and that he had been involved with 15 other women.
Yes.
And along with my texts and messages and other women, that he would soon be divorced behind this.
Right.
And I just want you to know, she was informing me that she wanted me to know and that I should get tested and he would soon be divorced.
Right.
So I didn't reach out to him initially because the text that came in on a Friday. I waited until Sunday morning because it was tap dancing on my head like, whoa.
Right.
And so I reached out to him via email, and I didn't go ballistic through the email. I just simply made him aware that I had received a text from this female claiming that she was his wife and that he needed to get in contact with me and let me know what was going on. And I also, but on Messenger, I did let him know, like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm. No swearing.
Oh, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, what the fudge? And like, why me? And I really need to know what's going on.
Okay.
So, um,
So you sent
he
him quite a few emails and messages.
Well, no. I only sent him that one email.
Okay.
I only sent him that one email because I'm not that type of person that really goes off. I'm not that.
Okay. So were you texting him though?
I did message him on Messenger.
What about texting?
No, I didn't text him on his phone because this is me. I don't like drama. Rather, I had already been through that in my life. I'm 51 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have time for it.
Okay.
What I was upset about was that my safety had been taken away.
Yeah, you said that last time. You said that last time. But
Yes,
for sake of time, I want you to come forward and I want you to tell me.
Now, here we are.
Wait, well, you told me that he finally reached out, right? So that's where we want to sort of like
okay,
continue from. So when did you reach out?
He texted me, he replied back to me via Messenger that Monday.
Okay.
He did get back to me.
Okay.
That he would call me.
Same Monday that you were on the show here?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. No. He didn't. He texted me. He replied back on Messenger on Monday, but we didn't get a chance to talk because I had told him I had a call and I wasn't going to be able to. He could contact me afterwards,
right.
But we didn't get to speak that Monday.
Okay.
And then on Tuesday, he contacted me and he asked me if he could reach me on Tuesday, and I said that'll be fine.
Okay.
But however, we didn't get to speak on Tuesday because his schedule got him delayed and he was tired, and I understood that.
Right.
So we ended up speaking. Actually, I think it was on Wednesday.
Okay.
And
so who arranged for Wednesday? How did you get to Wednesday?
He called me.
He called you on your phone?
Yes, he called me on my phone.
And you picked up the phone?
Well, I couldn't speak to him initially.
But did you pick up the phone?
I did answer the call.
And you said,
I was
hello.
with the client.
Huh?
I was with the client.
You told him you were the client and you hung up.
Told him I was. Yes, because I couldn't talk right at that moment. I told him I would have to give him a call back. And he said, no worries.
And that was Wednesday?
That was Wednesday. So you want me to keep going?
Well, I'm trying to figure out. We're still on Wednesday, right?
Okay. Yes, this was on Wednesday.
I just go for it.
Okay, so I called him back
In the evening.
And in the
Oh,
evening, it was
details. What
in the
time?
evening.
Like 7 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 3 o'clock?
Uh, no, it was around, by the time I really actually could hold a good conversation with
Huh?
him, it was around about 9 o'clock.
9 p.m. Okay.
9 p.m., around 9 p.m.
Okay.
And I said, well, what's going on? I need, well, you had given me some questions to ask him. And
Yes,
I,
yes, I did. What were those questions?
yes,
What were those questions?
well, I don't have it directly in front of me because I can't go
Okay. Okay,
around.
it's on the phone. Okay.
But basically, you told me to ask him, who is she?
Right.
And where do I stand? Or what do,
What does he want from you? What does he want from
what do you want from me
I
moving
remember,
forward?
I think I remember some of the questions. One of it was, who is she?
Mm-hmm.
Is she your wife?
Yes.
And if she's your wife, why did you lie to me? I know, remember those were
Yes.
some of the first
Okay.
questions.
So this is what he said.
Okay.
He said, I am not going to get into what she said. Da, 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 da. He didn't want to go into all of that. And I didn't want to go into all of that, but this is what I told him. I said that she didn't even go into all this. Basically, it was just a simple text. And I told him what the details of the text was
Hmm.
because I feel like you do need to know that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like I said, it was my safety.
Yeah.
And then second, and then I let him then no, he said, I do and I am apologizing to you because the only thing that I did lie to you about was I'm not officially divorced.
Okay. All right. So we suspected that. That's the wife, not officially
Yes.
divorced, but he's saying he is separated.
They are separated.
For how
She
long?
was for actually it's been longer than 2 years.
Okay.
And he said that the reason why this is what he said.
Hmm.
That the reason why she's been making my life fucking
No swearing.
heck. Ooh, okay.
Making his life hell?
Miserable.
Miserable.
Yes. And that how about that she so the children live with him.
Okay.
And the reason why I know this is because we had like he would be on the phone with me just holding regular conversations like it was nothing. So that's why
While the children were at home,
at
and he would
home,
be
yes,
speaking from his house as if nobody's there to hide anything.
exactly. Because I mean, I'm like, they would come in and they'll be just, hey, dad,
Right.
and da da da, and he'd be like,
And
son,
have you been there before?
no, because it's in Jacksonville. I haven't been officially to the home.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and besides, he's always on the road. Like he's never really at home because he's always on the road. But when he is there, he's holding conversations with his family.
Right.
So that's why I never,
So it wasn't like he was hiding anything, right? He was at home having conversations, and when you call, he picked up the phone as if he
yeah,
wasn't living by himself with his children.
exactly. So I never questioned it. And
But he said that he was separated, and that did she live in the house there?
no,
Shouldn't
that's the
live there.
thing. She does not live
So they
there.
are separated.
But the child, the daughter that was by,
Her,
not by him,
her daughter.
but her
How
daughter,
old is she? About
24,
okay,
25, around that age. But she had a daughter,
okay,
his granddaughter.
right.
And that was what caused the conflict
Explain.
because she would call her mother over to babysit at the house.
For the grant her baby,
Yes.
and
And
that's why.
so,
Um,
She went through the phone.
The phone and made the claim that she made. Okay.
Yes.
All right. And I understand that the daughter wants them to get back, but
Yes.
of course,
Some kind of issue with that
he
going.
does not.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I became the topic of the subject.
Aha. Uh-huh. Is that what he said?
Yes.
Hmm. So how did the 15 other women get into the topic? What did he say about that?
He didn't go into that because what he said was not only did I get contacted, but vendors were contacted.
Business associate.
Ye- Yes.
Wow.
And
Embarrassing.
relate to that because I experienced that myself
Hmm.
in a past relationship.
Right. Where someone did that?
Yes.
Okay.
So, I mean, I didn't, it's not that I'm not sweeping it under the rug like he's making this, up to try to pacify the
Hmm.
situation. I just know what I dealt with a female doing that to me in a relationship.
Right. Trying to destroy any other relationships that
Yeah.
you guys, he or you could have.
Yeah.
So, how did you feel when you were talking to him? Did you feel that he was genuine?
I felt that he was genuine.
You felt he was telling the truth?
I felt that he was telling the truth, but
One
then
of
at the
the
same
questions
time,
one of the questions I asked was I wanted you to get proof either by having you speak to a family member, the mother ideally, or
mhm.
now that he's saying he's separated, has he filed for divorce?
Well, I mean, what he told me was that he had a deadline. The deadline is coming up November the 27th,
Okay.
and then he can officially get her out of his life because this alimony, big alimony that he would have had to have paid
Hmm.
if he had done it to prior, and it was like it was just going to be too much money.
Hmm.
And so, because he had gotten her a job and she was quitting all these jobs prior, but now, with his attorney, what he said that she keeps this job come November the 27th, he will have her officially out of his hair.
Okay, out of his life. And
Yes.
so I want proof of that. And I want you to have proof of that. I want proof. I want you to have proof of
I
that.
mean, that's if I want to stay. And that's the thing. I'm kind of borderlining
Okay.
on it because, um,
But you still want proof of it, whether you stay or not, so that you know whether
yeah,
he's a lie or not. Because if he's
exactly.
someone, yeah, if he's someone, remember I've always said it, if he's worth the fight or not worth the fight. If he's worth the fight, you're gonna stay and
Proof.
fight. And if yes,
Yeah.
yes, and if he's not worth the fight, you don't have to get proof. But sounds like you still have something there, both of you, and it sounds like he's trying to repair it. Is that so?
I mean, for mine, yeah, on his end. But this is the thing: when you ask somebody how much they miss you, and they say enough, what the fudge is that?
He said enough.
Yeah, what is enough? I don't get that.
Well, you tell me the
That ain't enough to me.
well, you the background. I mean, how did that come up? You just out of the blue asked, or
He was texting me. He texted me afterwards, and I said, "Well, how much you
just
miss
after the
me?"
conversation?
Yes, this was after
So
the
this was
conversation.
not verbal. This was not a
No,
verbal
it's
statement.
not verbal. This was 2 days later,
Okay.
and um, he said, "You miss me?" I said, I'm thinking. And I said, "How much you miss me?" And then he said, "Enough."
Hmm. Hmm.
What do you do with that?
Well, you tend to forget that you are sort of as stubborn as he is. Both of you are pretty stubborn. So, you went, What do you expect him to say? You went, He's not going to give you what you don't give him. He's going to mirror you. He's going to do what you do. So if you're being cool, he's going to be cool. He's watching you. He's actually assessing your response
He
to him.
shouldn't be mirroring or being cool at all. He should be licking my feet.
Unfortunately, remember we're not. He's not in Atlanta, but we're in a world where the men have a lot of women to one man.
I don't care.
I know
Two
you don't
people.
care, but you have to remember they're spoiled. And so when
Oh well, oh well.
they're spoiled, they're looking for women that will spoil them. Are you
Well,
one of them?
he better keep with that psychotic chick that he married because I am not that one.
Well,
I spoke enough
you spoiled
with what I
him. You
do for
spoiled
him.
him.
Yeah,
You spoiled
yeah.
him.
I spoil him. I spoil him real good. I
That's
sure
why he
do.
comes back.
So exactly. So with that being said, he dropped the ball. And if he had, and true enough, I believe on everything I love. I feel like if she hadn't went through his phone, he probably would have kept on and kept it on with the kept on.
Yeah.
So I'm even no.
Yeah.
Just like he sit up here and tell me, I chased you for a whole year.
Huh?
That's what he said. He told me, he said, I chased you for a whole year because even before that thing went down, with me getting that text message that night when you decided that you want to spend time with Aunt Linda and
Will
Aunt
not let
Jean.
that go.
Oh no, yeah, I'm not gonna let that go. Cause
Let it
I'm
go.
like, you got this waiting on
Let it
you,
go.
and you want to go spend time with Aunt Linda and Aunt
Yeah,
Jean?
but if he's separated, he's put that woman out of his life. If he's separated, and
Exactly.
he's living his life. I know separated people that live their life, and I'm going to be honest. You know,
Well, you believe you shouldn't have brought
I
that
was
to
separated, and I believed that he was out of my life. So I don't want to date people that are separated, but when you're separated, there's a time that you are separated that you have to decide whether you're going to see people or not. And if you do, that's a decision that you make. And I think it's okay. I really do. But he's got to be
he
honest. He's got to be honest. He should have told you.
exactly, and he shouldn't have brought Gigi into his life if that was the case.
Well, fate. You were meant to meet. And the question is now whether you're meant to continue to be together.
Let me tell you something. He done really messed up.
Who's messed up?
He messed up because he shouldn't have brought Gigi into his life, and he gonna say enough. Don't play games.
You
You know he
gave him the cold shoulder. He just gave you the same thing back. What do you expect? You want him to grovel? Men don't grovel. And I'm going to tell you, if he's listening right now, don't grovel. You don't grovel. We look
he
down at you when you do that.
well, I don't have to be kissing nobody's tail either because I got
Right.
men, baby, Dr. Cathy, I got men lined
I
up
didn't hear
right
you.
now.
I didn't hear you.
I have men lined up right
You
now.
always have. But the question is it the right man?
No, maybe not.
Right. So we
Who
don't
knows?
want any man. We want the right man.
Well, true enough, and who knows? But why? I feel like right now, I don't know. Why? I don't know
So
if I want to be.
you're going to get proof that he has filed, basically, right? And that it's
Hmm.
courts and that it's about to happen. The divorce is about to happen. That's the first thing you're going to get. The second thing is we've brushed over the 15 other women. I wanted you to check his phone. Did you tell him that you want to check his phone? Because you've got to check
Oh,
that phone.
also,
And I know he can delete whatever he wants to delete, but you've got to say, open up that phone, unlock that phone, so that I can feel that you're being trustworthy or being trusting now, at least at this point forward, if you're going to consider going back. Now, if you're not going back, you don't need to do this. But if you want to go back, you got to ask him to open up the phone. And there might be just one clue in there that you might find. And then again, he might have erased everything, all the clues, but it's still, from me, if he says, okay, baby, here, it's still a step in the right direction. Whether that's guaranteed that he's not doing anything, no. But I'll feel, okay, he's willing enough. Most men will not give you the darn phone, right? Because of other things on the phone. Because of other things on the phone. But if he does, he really would want you back. Now, him wanting you back is one thing. You wanting him back is the other thing. And from what I can tell, you had a bond with this guy that was pretty strong. The the I don't want you to give up on someone that might be very compatible for you, right? At the same time, I don't want you to waste your time with this guy if he's wasting your time. So, like
hey,
I said, getting the proof is going to be important. I want you to speak to the mother. I'm sorry. I want you to speak to the mother and say, this man, can you vouch for him? You know, can you tell me that he's a good man? And of course, she's going to say yes. But the fact that the two of you talk will make you feel better. Hmm?
of course she gonna say it's a good man because it's her
Yeah.
son.
But you're going to get if she talks to you, it means he's talks to her about you and that he wants you. So it's more than that. It's more of, can it happen? And then you know how serious this is. If it doesn't happen, then you know he's not serious, right?
Yeah, I mean, I hear what you're saying, but
The last time you spoke to him was when?
yeah, it's like I'm just trying to. I feel like that's begging, and I don't beg. I don't
Okay,
beg.
all right. So let's talk about begging, right? Um,
Yeah, you're gonna have to enlighten me on that because you're gonna have to really
right,
see to come all the way out. Because I'm telling you,
right, right,
I don't do that.
right.
I
Okay.
don't.
So that's a problem that women have. That women think that begging is bad. All right. So
Woo-hoo, it
so
sure is.
so begging is not bad. What is bad is if you don't get what you want in the end. So the question is, if you want something, you will beg, right? You will borrow. I will not say steal, but some people steal to get what they want, right? So when it comes to a man, hey, stealing is also one of the choices.
Budget,
But
budget,
but
budget,
I'm going to try
budget.
and explain why. I'm going to try and explain why. Life is a competition. Okay. So for me to become a medical doctor, I had to compete with other students, right? To get into the class, to graduate and to get the grades to pass. And so when you are struggling with a grade or a class, you go to the teacher and you say, "Please help me with this. Please help me with that." And they will help you. You don't go to the class, they will not help you. Same thing
Dr.
with
Cat,
a guy. If you don't go to a guy and he doesn't see the feminine side of you, I don't know whether that's the right word, but the softer side of you, the side that is less combative, more willing to negotiate, more willing to be lower than him. Why? Because you, in the end, you will win. You will get the prize, right? Which is him. But you've got to sometimes show him how vulnerable you are. Open up your heart and say, "I am vulnerable. I'm showing you everything inside," to catch
if I,
him, to catch him. If you are always walking around with your heart hidden, he's going to think you don't care for him.
if I even told a man I love him, hell,
Okay, saying it is one thing. Actions speak louder than words.
I do when I look.
Okay,
He did. Oh,
but actions are more than that. It's also what you do when you're not making love, when you're not in each other's presence. It's the communication when you're far apart. And I'm telling you, the secret for these guys is they want a woman that's going to be a support to them, not an antagonist to them.
did Dr. Cathy. I was there for him when his father passed.
I know you were.
Yes.
I know you were. I know you were. I know you were.
I
You
I
gave
had
you gave a lot. You gave a lot,
yes.
which is probably a big win for you. But now that he needs you, if he needs you, you need to say to yourself, number one, is this the guy I want? Is he worth the fight? If he is, you do beg. And when I say beg, wait, when I say beg, I don't mean on your knees. I'm not saying go and crawl on your knees and lick his
I know you're
whatever.
not talking about like that. I know you're not talking about it like
Okay.
that. See something that may be for other women, but
No,
that
no,
is
no, no.
not
That's not for, I'm not saying that for any woman. My begging more is being softer and kinder and gentle and basically saying baby and love and just stroking his ego and saying things that makes
yeah.
him feel like he's again a god, a small god, but someone that feels that to you he's the most important thing in the world. And I think men need to feel that because they are alone in the world fighting this crazy world for, of course, his family, which could be you, but you want to make sure that he understands that you do have a soft side and not all this hard, aggravated, aggressive, independent feminist, which, I'm not really a big supporter of. But, we have our rights. But right now we want to hook a man. And to hook a man, you've got to show him that you are a woman that knows her place because men have a role and a place and we have a role and a place, and it's not to be combative or to fight them, it's more to support them. Okay, so if you want him, you're going to have to be supportive, which means if he fools around, meaning he's mirroring you and he's not really saying things you want him to say, it's okay, because in the end, he will see that you are mature, you are ladylike, and that you're patient. And he will then open up and say, you know what, this lady stuck by me even through thick and thin. I'm going to show her more of my inner feelings than usual, because now you've earned it because you stuck by him through this, horrible experience. That's if he is worth it. That's my opinion, okay?
Yes, I hear you.
So I know everything's going one in one ear and out the other,
No,
but
no, 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 no.
I don't know.
I
But
get you.
trust me,
I get,
I
I get
trust
you.
me. The men are tired of men and women. We've got too much, maleness in us. We're too masculine. We've got to, as KS
No, no,
RIP,
no, no. Listen.
As KS would say, he would say,
No,
"Put
because
your dick up." That's what he tells us. Put,
no,
RIP.
you
Put your dick
know
up. He says,
exactly
"Put
what
your dick up," which means stop being masculine.
I have to let more of my yin and not my yang. Am I correct?
Hmm. Is this what you think he is? The two of you, yin and yang?
Yin and yang,
Hmm.
male and female,
Yeah. So you think that the two of you are the yin and yang for each other? Okay. So
and the yang.
if he is, show him that he is.
I
Okay.
shall.
Because it's like you said, it's a dance.
Hmm.
Okay. But first of all, get that mom on the phone, get that phone, and then get the papers. And of
Hmm.
course, do that in a gentle way. You want to message him, or put it in writing instead of verbal, because it might be more difficult to say it verbally. You know, so you could just write him a letter and say, "Babe, I would like to put this in writing," and then you say what you want. In that way, he can respond also and take his time and decide what he wants to do with that too, so that it's not so spur of the moment and he doesn't know what to say. He might say, "I'll think about it," or "I don't know." You want an answer. Okay.
Hmm.
All right.
I,
So the last communication you had with him was when?
um, we spoke. Today is Monday.
Hmm.
Saturday.
Saturday. Okay. And
Called me.
what did you guys talk about?
He called to check on me and see how I was doing.
Good. 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 Any
Yeah.
plans to get together?
No, because he officially wants November the 27th to come.
Ah.
Yes.
Ah.
That,
It's around the corner. We're in what?
yeah,
We're in October right now, right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Because I'm sure the lawyers will advise him.
That's what he said.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now, since the cat is out the bag,
Right. Yeah. And she's probably making noise.
yeah. So he doesn't want, and I don't want to get caught up in any,
Drama. Right. Or any law,
yeah. So
law,
he said that
anything.
it's perfectly fine for me to call.
Okay. He said it's fine for you to call
Yeah, I can
anytime,
call
anytime, anytime.
any anytime.
Now that's a good check for me now.
Yeah, that's what he
That's
said.
a big check for me. That makes me very happy.
Yeah.
He's saying that you are important to him. Please feel free to call. Because guys will shut that down in a heartbeat. I mean, just disappear and say, you know what? I can't handle you right now. Stay over there. You know?
Yeah.
So that sounds like someone that's genuine, even though I can't say for sure, but that is a big step in the right direction for him to say that. So add your pros and cons, see what, the pluses that you got in him and the negatives, and see whether it's worth one more try. I work in threes, the third strike, you're out. So you're going to have some of these horrible experiences with partners, and if you can get through it, weather the storm, I think you'll be fine. Now, yeah, he lied to you that he was not, completely single, but he's separated. A lot of men have a hard time admitting that. Trust me, we all know this. Everyone knows that. So we're almost like obsessed with finding out the truth, but sometimes you can't. But in this case, it's come to a point where you now know, and I think that makes the relationship even better in the perspective of moving forward. You know where everything's lying and where the chips are going to fall, and what to expect. You said November the 27th, all that. So now it seems a lot more clear of the path where you're going, so that the two of you can feel free to be more legit or just call it quits. So get closer or just say goodbye. So let's see whether we can get you guys to get closer, because I think he is your guy. I think he's your guy. From what you've told me in the past, he's someone that really means a lot to you, but you cannot be hard on him. Not one man needs to be receiving this hard attitude of tough woman, independent. No, we have to
But
be
I'm being
vulnerable.
sorry, Dr. Cathy. I'm not being
I don't
I'm not
see it. I don't think you see it.
you
I don't think you see it. You can be as tough as nails. You can be as tough as nails.
no, I'm not. I think that you're missing that part of me. I
Let me
am
tell you,
not
the first time you called me about this, whoop, it was hot. So
because I was hot.
I
I
know, and the
was
anger that came
like
out,
real.
it was like woo. So I know he saw some of that, and I know that it's important for him to see some of that.
No,
But
because you don't understand. I did not let him see any of that. You know why? Because one, he,
in your
you
writing, he saw it. In your communication, he saw it.
no, I'm telling
Yes,
you.
because you read me some of the things that you said.
Well, in messenger, yes,
All right,
because
all right.
like I said, it was dancing on my head, but in the
No,
email,
you went nuclear on him. Woo! Which he deserves. So I'm okay with that. And now I'm even happy that despite you going nuclear, he still comes back. I like that because it means you mean something to him. But again, the decision is yours, not mine. Just know, just know there are so many men in the world, right? But there are some men that you really will do better with than others. So if he's someone that you're going to have more of an exciting life with, I think that's the way to go. If you're going to have a boring life with someone, you're going to be bored, and you and I both do not need to be bored in our lifetime, right?
of course, I don't need to be
Right. And
bored.
he will not bore you. He will keep you on your toes. And to get a man that's not boring, you're going to have to take a lot of other stuff that might go with it. But if he's worth it, you'll be glad to do that in the end, especially when you get old and the guy can't do anything anymore. So it's like now he'll say,
Yeah.
now he'll be more like, all right, I'm done. It's just you, baby, right? But in the meantime, enjoy the ride. I think he does like you. You never will know unless you go forward whether he's the one or not. But if he's not the one as you go forward, you'll know too. So you can make that decision later on too. Okay.
All right.
All right. Any other questions for me?
No, ma'am.
You got this now.
Mhm.
You got this from here.
Okay, yeah, I got it.
You
I
got
got
it.
it.
You got it.
Mhm.
So if if he says he wants you back, what will you say?
I mean, he already said it. You're just
Oh,
waiting until November the 27th, so
okay.
he
But
can
you
get.
didn't tell us this.
I told you he's waiting until November the
But that is
27th.
not the same
Once,
thing.
huh?
Girl, waiting for November the 27th is not the same thing as he wants you back. How did he say it?
I don't remember verbatim,
Give us
but
an idea. How did he say it?
he,
I know he apologized. Is that when he
yeah, he
said it?
apologized, and he just said that. I mean, am I going to tough it out? And I mean, just in so many words, like, am I going to be here?
Okay. And you said,
I didn't give an answer.
hmm, why?
Well, you told me not to give him an answer yet.
What?
You told me don't answer him yet. I told him. I
I
said
did
what?
not say that. I
I thought
said
that.
get all the proof.
Oh, you told me not to answer. I thought you said don't answer yet.
No.
But I'm gonna answer.
Hmm?
But I just say I said it's a lot to take in.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah, it's
So,
a lot to
so yeah, it's
see.
all taken. Yeah, but haven't you weighed the pros and cons with him? Is he worth the fight? Is he not? You still don't know if he's worth the fight?
I mean, he could be worth the fight,
Okay.
but
That
he
I don't
lied
think that nonchalant. He could be worth the fight. Is this
because he
man? Does
lied.
this man? Does this man? Do you still love this man?
I do have love for him
All right. See how you said that so hesitantly. It's like, oh, it's a fight with you, girl. I
because
love him.
because
Just say you
because
love him.
Dr. Kathy. No, this is the thing, Dr. Kathy. One, you hesitated to come and see me. I feel like this. When you come into town, I should be outside of you
Okay.
taking care of
What are you
things
talking
for your
about? With the
husband.
ant? Are you talking about the ant stuff? No.
Yeah, I am
I don't
talking
want to
about
hear
with
that again. I don't want to hear
huh?
that again. It's a waste of
Okay.
time. What you need to focus on is this man for you or not? Is he yours or not? That's what you need to focus on. That and stuff, we'll talk about it much later. But right now, is this the guy for you? Do you want this guy? Does he do it for you? Is he the one that you want to fight for? Is he the one worth fighting for? Is he the one that has more pros than cons? And if he's not, kick him to the curb. But can you find someone else that has his pros and the mix of his pros and cons? Because that mixture too of good and bad is sometimes the magic formula. Because if he's to this or to that, you're going to be turned off, and you need a good balance of something that makes you fight for him and makes you turn, fall in love with him because he can't be simple, he can't be stupid, he can't be boring. So if that mix is good, whatever he has for you, I think you should fight for him. Now obviously we still need to know whether he's telling the truth or not, so I really want you to make sure you
Thank you.
yeah, I want you to make you find it. But let me tell you something, it doesn't mean that you can't do both at the same time. Go back and find out, is he telling the truth? You can do both. And give yourself a time limit. We're in what, October? You said November? Say by the end of the year. No, well, end of the year or by February or something like that. Say, you know what? I'm going to just give him some more time. Let's see what I can get in terms of proof. And then, decide in the beginning of the year. But in the meantime, go for it. Meaning, enjoy the relationship. Because when you cut it short, even though I know November the 27th, we're all waiting for that. But when you cut it short, he might not understand why you did that. He might think you're over him, that you don't want him.
Mm.
Do you think? Do you think he might?
Um,
Because I'm sure you're different towards him now than you were before. Yeah, your behavior is obviously probably not as warm and as fun and as excited exciting to see him. You're not as excited to see him, so you probably are not showing much, which is normal. Which is
yeah.
he
I
has
mean,
he has to work on getting you back, and I think he
yeah,
wants to. So
that's what I'm saying.
yeah,
He got to show. He's got to show me a lot.
a lot.
I mean, he's got to show me. He's got to show me more than enough.
I don't know what that is.
That's what I'm saying. He has to show me more than
Do you
what
know
enough.
what that is?
He knows what it
I
is.
don't think he does.
Oh well, he better find out
No,
if he wants to
trust
keep
me,
me.
I don't think anybody does. I know he feels bad. I know that he's hurt you. I don't know that anyone knows what will make it right. I don't think there really is a way to make it right, except, to do his best to communicate with you, which he's trying to do. And then you have to decide whether you want to move forward or not. But that's something that you can pray about, you can think about, you can um, take, like I said, do both at the same time. Move forward, be cordial, go back to the old you of showing love and excitement, because I think that is what he wants, the old you, with all the life and pizzazz to go with it. Okay, but again, that's what I think we should do. And if we don't want it, we walk away. But if you're in it, go full force in it and say, I'm going to try it one more he's worth the fight. Or just say, you know what, babe, sorry, not interested. I'm going to pass. But that's something you have to decide, but not half in and half out. That half in and half out, I think it's time consuming, it's wasting time. You just need to say, all right, babe, I'm full in, but I need this proof. And you tell him what you need to make yourself happy with him and to feel more confident. So to expect him to know, no. I want you to tell him what he needs to do to make you more comfortable. That's a
Okay.
that's a woman's role, absolutely. And you do it with kind words. Baby, I need this, I need that. And if he does them, girl, I think
All
that's a
right.
consideration, okay? All right, Gigi, thank you so much for being
Well,
with
thank
us
you.
today. I really hope I get to meet this dude one day, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
I'm thinking this is the one, so I'm going to be positive, okay?
All
All
right.
right, girl. I'll see you soon. Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, so that's it for today, guys. I hope I didn't